Now, as we look at rational exponents, just a quick heads up, rational exponents is going to involve doing some square roots. And keep in mind, we technically don't know how to do square roots yet, so we're not going to do the square roots. What we're going to do is we're going to work on practicing converting from a rational exponent to the radical form, or putting it in what would look like a square root or a cube root or an nth root. So we're going to go back and forth from the exponent to the radical, but we're not going to simplify the radical just yet. Once we learn how to simplify the radical, then we'll come back and we'll do that. So we see here this b to the 1/2. If we have a b to the 1/2 power, that's going to be the same as saying we have the square root of b. So for example, if we had 2 to the 1/2 power, that's like saying we have the square root of 2. Or let's say that we had 1/2 to the 1/2 power. That's like saying that we have the square root of 1 over the square root of 2, like we had learned in the previous section. Let's see if we can clear this up a little bit. Now, so that's if we have it to the 1/2. Now, if a to the n equals b, this is saying that then the nth root of b equals a. So for example, if we had that x squared equals y, that's like saying the square root of y is equal to x. Or if we had the cube, or m cubed equals n, that's like saying that the cube root of n equals m. Again, we're just going over some basic rules with rational exponents and radical form and going back and forth. Now, if we said c to the 1/nth power, c to the 1/nth power, keep in mind that we said that b to the 1/2 power is a square root of b. So that means that c to the 1/nth power is going to be the nth root of c. So for example, if we had x to the 1/4 power, that would be the 4th root of x. Or let's say that we had 7 to the 5th power, 7 to the 1/5 power, that would be like taking the 5th root of 7. And again, we're not going to worry about simplifying these right now, we're just making the conversions back and forth. Now if we have a to the m over n power, a to the m nths power, what's going to happen here is we're going to treat this 1 over, like this denominator of n, as still being the nth root of a, but since we have a numerator of m, it's all going to be to the mth power. So for example, if we had x to the 2/3 power, that's like saying the cube root of x all squared. Or if we had 4 to the 5/9 power, that's like saying we're going to take the 9th root of 4 all to the 5th power. Now again, this could kind of be confusing, especially because we don't really know what radicals are yet. We don't know what square roots are, but it's a part of the exponents, and again, we're just going back and forth. So I'm going to remind you, do not simplify a radical. Do not simplify a radical. Just convert the form. Again, we're just going back and forth from a rational exponent to a radical, or a radical to a rational exponent. So when we look at the practice problems on page 968, when we look at the practice problems, we're going to use the directions from the first set, so from 17 through 24. Write each expression in radical form, or write each radical in exponential form. We're going to use the first set of directions for all. So when it says simplify, we're not going to simplify. We're not going to find the exact values. We don't quite know how yet. So we're just going to write each expression in radical form, or the radical is an expression. So for example, 18, we see we have 24 to the 1/2 power. This is one of those again where we have that's the same as the square root of 24. And that's all that we can do. Just like I'll do another one for you as well, 21. We have the square root of 26. If we were to write that as an exponent, that would be like saying 26 to the 1/2 power. And that's all we're going to do. Even so, for some of the later ones, when we want to simplify, we're not going to simplify. We're just going to go from the radical to the exponent, and the exponent to the radical. Follow the first set of directions for all.